Hi everyone, welcome back. So today that is my autumn book tag. I did another book tag last week, but that was a Halloween book tag. And with this, it's just autumn in general, although there is a question related to Halloween. So I'll get to that eventually. But this just in autumn in general. As you see, I have another candle, also like last week, just to create a little bit of sense of autumn decor here. I was inspired to do it by this channel named Bookables, and this girl named Heather sort of inspired me to do it. So here we go. Okay, so the first question is, what is your favorite thing about autumn? And for me, I love pumpkins and Halloween and pumpkin spice and this and that, like all those lattes or pumpkin spice and donuts. I love the trees, all the reds and oranges and yellows. They're so pretty, and I like that whole crispy sort of air. It's kind of cool. So it's like, it's not as warm. It's not as hot as summer, and it's not as cold as winter. I love the way the air feels and things like that, and the colors and stuff. But yeah, I mean I love all seasons, but right now autumn is my favorite right now. Okay, so question 2 is, what book reminds you of going back to school or your school days? And for me, this is, I'm in college right now, but I'm really talking about high school. That's how I interpret this question. It's about high school. So I chose Sleeping Freshmen Never Lie by David Lubar. It's, in a way, it kind of reminds me of The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which I didn't read that, but I saw the movie and I loved it. Because, it takes place during a school year from, like, first day of school to the spring, and this book does the same way. It's about a teenager while his mother is pregnant, and you see him go through high school. Like he gets a part in a play, meets some friends, and he goes to writing for the school paper. I've had it for quite a while, and I got it because I got it in the teen section of Barnes & Noble, and I got it because it did remind me of, I figured while reading it would remind me of going back to school, like my days in high school and things. And so number 3 is find a book with an autumn-related cover on it. And for this, I chose Trains and Lovers by Alexander McCall Smith. It doesn't really, it could look like autumn. I'm not exactly sure what season this takes place in, but I chose it because it's like, it's brown, it's orange, it's red, it has all those autumn colors on it. And I like that whole minimalist, minimalist sort of pattern, I guess you can say it is. And I like how they did the front of it, and I do like the cover. It kind of looks like autumn. It might not take place during autumn, I'm not sure, but I just chose that whole minimalist reddish, brownish, and orange color sort of layout. So question 4 is, what is your favorite horror or Halloween movie? And for any of my Facebook friends watching this, I just posted this question as my Facebook status. But I decided to discuss horror movies on Facebook, and I chose the Rocky Horror Picture Show. As you can see, it still has the cellophane wrapper on it. I got this several months ago at a Best Buy, and it was cheap, and I was waiting to watch it around Halloween, which I can now because it's still wrapped up in its cellophane. But I chose this because it's not a horror movie. It's a rock opera, but it's funny, and it is a good movie to watch on Halloween because there's so many different characters, and it's spooky, but it's funny spooky, so it's not horror, despite that it says horror in the title. And it doesn't necessarily take place around Halloween, but it's a good movie to watch while it's Halloween because of all the characters and things like that. So for this next question, I'm going to keep it as short as possible. But question 5 is, what book releases are you most looking forward to? And I'm going to put that as simple as NA. So which movie releases are you looking most forward to? That I can answer. It can include at least one title or two. But I know I want to see Dumb and Dumber 2. I don't know when it's going to come out, but I saw the trailer for Horrible Bosses 2. And I'm sure there's other movies. Earlier today, I found out I kind of want to see Into the Woods, which comes out on Christmas. And I know there are several. I mean, the Oscar season is imminent. All that award season. I'm really looking forward to that. But I usually wait to see how many nominations, for something like the Golden Globes to see what's gaining buzz. So I usually wait till then. And I can't answer for those right now, but I do know, like the 3 I just mentioned, I want to see those. I don't know when Horrible Bosses 2 is going to come out, but I do want to see that one. So the last question is, name some books that are next on your to-read list, your autumn to-read list. And I'm going to choose 2. This is The Imperfectionist by Tom Rockman. And the thing is, I just finished a book today. I'll save it for maybe another book recommendations video or maybe a book review. I'm thinking of doing a book review, so I'll save it for then. And this was lined up on my shelf with the books that I'm going to be reading. And this book, it's not really about one person, because it's really about the topsy-turvy private lives of the reporters and editors of an English-language newspaper in Rome. And I'm really looking forward to reading this because I'm an ambitious journalist. I'm taking a journalism class. And I'm Italian. I'm half Italian. I don't know if I've mentioned that. So I could, be an Italian journalist if I want. Maybe not in Italy, but still, this book, I found it at Barnes & Noble. I had no idea what it was about. As you can see, there's lots of, like reviews here and more on the back. It took me a while till I saw it. It was about several reporters and editors of a newspaper in Rome. And I like that it doesn't focus on one character. It's like a whole bunch of stories, and I'll explain more about this. I'm going to start this tomorrow because I just finished a book and this was next. So this is going to be my next book. And another book is The Interestings by Meg Wolitzer. I have a few different to-read lists. For The Imperfections, that's next that I'm going to commute with it because I commute to classes, so I read on my commutes. This is for when I'm at home. I'm going to get to this soon, and I also am looking forward to reading this one. This is next after Dracula. I'm still in the middle of Dracula, and I chose it because it's also about different storylines, and I like multiple storylines. I mentioned that before. And about some people who started at camp when they were children, and now they're actors, they're musicians, they're talented. So now then you see them at their middle age. So it probably spans like 40 years. That I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what that's like. So next week is Halloween. Next Friday, and I'm glad that worked out that way, that Halloween is on a Friday and I can do something fun for my segment. I have to figure out what to do, but I have a few ideas of of how I can make that segment fun for Halloween. So don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week.